Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble casa, my humble home in Livingston, Montana. Okay, I've got a subject here that with some people I know is just touchy. They get all out of sorts and, they get all sideways and twisted up and every other thing. And that's this deal called racism. I'm going to tell you folks something flat right out here. Here I am, an old bumpkin living way up here in Montana. And I can guarantee you, I can promise you that I grew up in a non-racial type of environment. The only other, besides white folks, the only other people we had living up here was the Indians. And Montana boasts a lot of Indian tribes, in case you don't know that. Something like about 15 or 20 different tribes, and they own a lot of land. The Bureau of Interior had to settle with them years and years ago, and as a matter of fact, that the Flathead Indian Reservation up there above Missoula, right around Polson, Montana, that's one of the biggest Indian reservations. Well, it is the biggest Indian reservation in the United States, I do believe, except for the Cherokee Indian Reservation in Oklahoma. But anyway, the point being is I grew up and I knew nothing about racism, absolutely nothing. And I am talking about this business of whites against blacks, if I can even be allowed to say that. But here it is, and I explained this to several black people I got to know when I was in the service, because that's when I met most black people I ever ran into. And basically my message was the same to all of them. I am going to treat you with the same respect that you treat me. It's just that doggone simple. If you want to fight, I'm going to give you a fight. If you want to be friends, we can be friends till hell freezes over. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. You see what I mean? In other words, the golden rule: treat other people like you'd like to be treated, and that's just the way it is, man. And I don't care what color you are. You give me trouble, and I'm going to give you all the trouble that you can handle. It's just that simple, and I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're Asian, you come from the moon, you come from the deepest of the Congo, or Greenland, or Germany, or any of this other stuff. As a matter of fact, when you get right down to it, I'm married to a gal. I've been married to her for 45 years, and she's a third generation, 100% solid German. She's a German lady. Real good head on her shoulders, thinks real logically and stuff like that, a lot better than me. Me, I'm just a character. I really am. So, as a matter of fact, there's a guy that I'm subscribed to, and I guess this doesn't hurt to pump up somebody's channel, but he screams music. He's a black fella, and I like his attitude and everything. You can definitely tell that he's not racist, but on the videos they let him play, he does reactions, and his name is Jamal, a.k.a. Jamal. So, if somebody happens to see this, well, give him a little tap on the shoulder or something. No, I'm just kidding, But anyway, you can tell that this is a black fellow that's having a good time, and he doesn't have a prejudiced bone in his body and all this other kind of stuff. Now, that's what I'm looking for, But anyway, I got a story I want to tell you, just to show you how I was way back in the day when it came to anything to do with racism. I was naive. I had no idea about the Ku Klux Klan or blah, 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 any of this mess that's went on in the past. But I was stationed at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey. That's where I was taking my AIT, Advanced Individual Training, or MOS, Military Occupational Specialty. And Fort Monmouth, New Jersey was right by a place called Eatontown. It's my understanding, I don't even think the fort's there anymore, but it was a 45-minute bus ride into the Big Apple. And believe you me, I had quite the times in New York City in the Big Apple, you know. In fact, I got a bunch of stuff that happened to me there, or whatever I got tangled up with. I got a couple stories I don't even want to tell. I'll get kicked off of YouTube for sure, you know. But anyway, getting on to this racial business, I was just with one other fellow, one other GI, and we decided, you know, now me back in those days, I did not drink very much. I really didn't. I experienced a little bit of booze when I was younger, and that pretty much, you know, getting all stupid and sick and everything just didn't set with me all that well. You know, I would go out with the guys, go out with the fellers or whatever have you, and slug down one or two beers or a couple of drinks, but usually that was enough. And if that didn't satisfy me, I'd just give me a Coke or something, you know. But anyway, we're down. We came in from Fort Monmouth on the, you know, at the Grand Central Station there, you know, the big bus terminal and whatnot have you. And so me and my buddy, we swung out there onto Broadway, you know, once we cleared that station and everything. And we were just kind of wandering around. And I could no more tell you where we were than the man in the moon. We could have been off Broadway. We could have been on Broadway. I don't know where we were. I can't remember that far back. I just know we went in a bar. You know, one of them places where, you know, it sells you this stupid juice, you know. I mean, you know, let me have some stupid juice. This is coffee here. Boy, I tell you, talking too much makes me hiccup. But anyway, we go into this bar, and we get up, you know, it's a little table, a little round table, I remember, you know, maybe like 3.5 foot across or some stupid thing like that. And so, you know, the old barkeep comes over there, or we went up to the bar, whatever we did, you know, and got us a drink, a beer, or whatever have you. And so me and my buddy, now this friend of mine, I remember this all too well. He was from Cleveland, Ohio. And he definitely knew the way of the streets a lot better than me. I was dumber than a box of hammers, you know. I was dumber than a box of rocks, and this goes on and on and on, especially about big city life. I didn't know anything about it. I grew up here in the hills and valleys of Montana. This little tale I'm about to tell you is the absolute truth. It's not something I'm making up to get attention or any of that. But we're sitting there, you know, just guzzling away and kidding with each other and everything. And I was sitting so that I was looking kind of where I was facing the door, you know, and on my back was to the bar, because the bar, you know, kind of made one of them circles around, you know, and that particular little table happened to be at the end of the bar. Now, anyway, these two black guys walk in, these two colored guys, African American, whatever here. And, you know, I didn't pay much attention, you know, except for the fact that I hadn't seen a whole lot of black people in my day until I went into the service. That's the truth, you know. But anyway, so these black guys walked in, and, you know, and I'm sitting there really minding my own business, not minding their business. And these guys, man, I swear to Christ, they weren't doing nothing. Absolutely nothing that I could see, you know. And then you're probably wanting to know what year this was. I can tell you exactly what year this was. This was in 1972. Yeah, it would have been about the spring of 1972, I do believe. Yeah. But anyway, so these guys walk up to the bartender and I think, because I was, I was talking to my buddy and I wasn't staring at them or anything like that. There was no reason. But I'm pretty sure they ordered themselves a couple of drinks. But this joker this idiot stick that was running the bar, the barkeep and everything, he goes, "We don't let your kind in here," or something similar to that. He might even use the N-word, which I think is really stupid. That N-word don't mean jack and nothing. Man, I'd like to beat the SOB 3 times sideways that invented that word. I don't even know. Well, anyway, and so, he started really hard-assing these black guys, and all that. And the next thing I turn around and I'm looking, going, what in the hell is this shit? And this stupid fool reaches down his waistband and pulls out one of these stub-nosed 38s. One of them little dinky, goofy, one of them one of them Saturday night specials, one of them. I can guarantee you it was a firearm or a pistol or something I wouldn't have. It had a barrel about 2.5 inches long. I remember that all too well. And by the time all this happened, because he was pointing right at those black guys, and basically he was kicking them out of there for absolutely nothing. And man, I just put my hands down on the table and went to jump up, and that buddy of mine from Cleveland, he grabbed me by the arm. He says, "No, Jim, don't get mixed up in this. This is none of your affair and everything." I told him, I said, "Look here, pal, let go of my arm or I'm going to pop you in the mouth." I was on a rescue mission. I didn't care who was what, So this is a true story, man. I know you people probably think I'm nuts or something, but I don't care what you think. Anyway, I walked right up to the side of this, I was on the right side of those 2 black guys, and I looked right at that barkeep and I said, what in the hell are you doing here? He said, "I tell you what there, son," he said, "you better sit down unless you want some trouble or something like that." And I said, "No." I said, "You got this story all wrong. I'm fixing to give you all the trouble you could possibly handle." And this guy had this Saturday night special pointed. Well, at least he stopped pointing at the 2 black guys. Then he was pointing it at me, man. And I could see that barrel. He actually had it aimed at. He never even had it aimed. It was kind of aimed at my stomach, And so these black guys, they kind of chippered in and said something. So here this guy is, going like this. He was having a hard time making up his mind whether he wanted to shoot them or shoot me, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Here I am training in the United States Army. I've got this fool. Man, I tell you, back when I was younger, it didn't take too much for me to smack that loving dog S-H-I-T out of somebody. And that was one guy I really wanted to stuff in the nose, I really wanted to kiss him upside the head, upside the cranium with something hard like a lemon wood baseball bat. Anyway, these 2 black guys looked at me and they realized that this guy was a redneck and somebody was going to get hurt and whatever, and they thanked me, "Thank you, man, appreciate it, and all that." And they just turned around and laughed. And I went back to my table and I told my buddy, I said, "Look, if that's the way this place is, we're out of here, And that's what happened. And the guy didn't shoot me, but I could tell he wanted to. Actually, all I wanted to do was hang him, But anyway, so me and my buddy, we took off out of the bar. So I just told you that story to show you where my mindset was when it comes to this stuff called racism and all that crap. And still to this day, at 68 years old, I am going to treat you just like you treat me. You want fun, we'll have fun. You want trouble, I give you all the trouble you want. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for letting me entertain you, and we'll see you on down the trail. I better go because I'm burning daylight and all that stuff, so adios, my friends. And what do we got here? Oh, a good 15 minutes. That's terrible. Bye.